bu ne yelloo na ndox mu set te ndox mu set dafa bokk ci dundi doomu aadama te biir kat amul seetu waral na lépp lu fay dugg dafa war a doon li nga xamante ne ni lu indil doomu aadama bi loraange ci wàllu wér-gu-yaram One Stop Water Solution Limited ñu ngi fii ci biir réew taxaw temm fexe pour gis ne doomu aadama bu ne di nga naan ndox moo xamante ne ni ndox mu sell te wóor la ndax indil nañ leen ay xeetu filtres yi nga xamante ne ni mun ngeen koy jëfandikoo ci seeni pompe yi ci biir réew moo xam booxool ngay jëfandikoo wala pompe nawek yi ne bépp xeetu filtre bi nga xamante ne ni dina la indil wér-gu-yaram musal la ci loraange amal nañ leen ko ci biir réew am nañ 10-inch filter set of 3 bii nag ñett lay àndal bu ci ne ak li muy liggéey bokk na ci 5 micron pp sediment filter bii nag mooy segg ndox mi ba mu set génne fa lépp li nga xamante ne ni warta ànd ak ndox moomu bala nga koy jëfandikoo gak granule carbon filter bii nag mooy segg génne lépp lu xeetoog chemical ak organique yi nga xamante ne ñoom ñoo nekk ci biir ndox mi sellal ndox mi ba waral mu soppi li nga xamante ne moom la ndox mi di saf mu soppi cafin gi def ko ndox mu sell te óor CTO block carbon filter bii nag du yem rek ci segg ndox mi sellal ko ba mu sell waaye nag daf koy yokk ay ngéneel yi nga xamante ne ni day baax ci wér-gu-yaramu doomu aadama bi dëgëral waaye tamit yàggal lool sa yuur wi am nañ tamit 12-inch filter set of 3 boobu it liggéey bu nu mel lay def ñetti filter yépp benn bu ne ak lu muy liggéey am nañ 10-inch post carbon 10-inch coconut carbon 75 GPD PO1 membrane bi amal nañ leen bépp xeetu water tank tàmbalee ko ci 500 litres 5000 ba ci 1000 litres ak plumbing fittings kon nag mbokk yi bu ngeen buggee naan ndex yu sell te wóor seeti leen One Stop Water Solution Limited suñu makkaan bu mag baa nga foofa ca Sukuta Highway Mariama Kunda Johnson wala nga call ñu ci 505 5691 796 8272 One Stop Water Solution Limited ndox mu set mooy yàggal dund ni doomu
Novelas ma gunge ci sama kër gi ba xet di neex duma toog duma tàyyi man daal de moo koy wëri parfum Novelas suñ ko bis ki kër gi xet gi day neex parfum Novelas mooy waaja lii mooy parfum Novelas parfum bi dafa neex forest bi dafa neex saxaar bari dafa neex lii mooy parfum Novelas parfum bi dafa neex almadina boo ko bompee xet gi day gunguni lii mooy parfum Novelas baxuur bi dafa neex brise marine bi ak yëpp a neex ak Novelas féppay xeeñ neex.
Hello there, good morning, and you're watching QTV this morning. I am your host, Jennifer Sonko, and joined by my amazing co-host, Ibrahim Balde.
Oh yeah, we're back again. It's public holiday,
It's
but
public
we're
holiday.
here. I hope you're at home, relaxing, chilling with your family.
Yes, I hope you're at home chilling with your family, and we're here serving you the
Get up,
information.
get up, get up, get up.
We're here
Stand up.
serving them the information and all of that.
Mr.
Thank you
Ade,
so much
I'm
for
reminding
joining us.
you of that song.
Ade.
Get up, stand up for your rights.
You know that song?
Everybody knows that.
Oh yeah.
Bob Marley and the Wailers.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining us.
You know what? We're going to make everybody feel guilty that we are here working.
We're here
and they're
working.
chilling.
Yeah, and how have you been dealing with this, the both of you, you know, working on public holidays, the fact that this is something that we signed up for?
Yeah, I think those who know QTV, the news doesn't stop.
Yeah.
So I'm the news editor. So I've come in, I've worked on every single
Yeah.
public holiday since I joined
Yeah.
QTV. So for me, it's just another day at the office. But for some of my staff, obviously, some of my colleagues I work with,
Yeah.
you know, it's good for them to spend the
Relax.
time with their families.
Yes.
So, but yeah, it's become normal. For me.
Absolutely.
Your mom, ligay public holiday, mom.
And the roads are
No.
clear in the morning.
Why?
Yes, it's so easy. Your mom, bugulo ko
Legi
yo.
mu ngay
Mu fi
nekk-
pretend sa di wax ne lii dama ko sign wala dara
Legi mu
ñaan
ngay
naa la.
nekk suma doole. Legi
man
moom
olo mali.
If I like it or I don't like it, I must work.
You
I must
must.
come here public holidays.
He all over. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. This is QTV this morning. We have the African proverb. We have the newspaper review, but today we do not have newspapers because normally newspapers do not publish on public holidays.
You know,
yes.
I keep wondering why sometimes, no, not even sometimes, all the time, when it is public holiday, newspapers don't publish. Mr.
Yeah, but is this the same in other countries?
No,
Mr.
it's a Gambian thing. I'm
It's
sorry
a
to
Gambian
say.
thing?
In most countries, newspapers come out on public holidays, and you know, I was saying that I've worked on every public holiday because I work in news. News doesn't stop because it's a public holiday.
Yeah.
You know, something important might have happened. You know, people might not have heard on the radio, but they would see it in their newspapers.
Just as news doesn't stop on broadcast media, print the same, you know.
It doesn't. I mean, I can understand to an extent why, because a lot of them, they sell to people who commute.
Yeah,
True.
people
True.
And so if nobody's commuting, then there's nobody to sell newspapers to. You're going to be left with lots and lots of
But
stock.
at least, Mr.
Yeah.
Ade, I think there
Of the
should be
newspaper.
another option. That is
Like
if you-
online.
Well, most of them have
not
online
even
stuff.
Most of them
online.
are-
Maybe if
but are
you
they serious
maybe
about
if you were selling 50 newspapers
Yeah.
during working days, why not you sell 25 newspapers? Maybe that will
Yeah,
do.
but we don't also know what they're struggling with as media houses. You know, we know how the media is sometimes when it comes to money.
Sure.
It's quite expensive. So maybe they also have genuine reasons why they have to just lay back when it comes to public holidays. But
Yeah.
anyway, that doesn't mean that we wouldn't review news,
I
you
mean,
know.
we
and-
still-
We
and-
have
and-
news
yes.
from our own
And do
newsroom.
we have Saturday newspapers?
No, but anyway,
don't
we
have
have
Saturday, we don't
we
have
have
Sunday.
stories. We have stories from yesterday's news.
Sure.
Quite captivating headlines here that we'll be discussing with you, and we have also the community watch. We'll be joined by Fatima Sonko, program manager, UPF, that is UNFPA. They have the Peace Building Fund where they provide reusable sanitary pad to children. So a renewable part production center has been launched in Basse, and we'll be discussing this. Also, click segment, we'll be joined by Skengman Sweezy as well. He will take us through what is happening in the world of entertainment in the Gambia. Let's not forget One Stop Water Solution,
Oh, yeah.
our partner for all your filters, dispensers, tanks. Please head right on to One Stop Water Solution for all that you need. Just to make it clear, they don't sell water. I think a lot of
Yes,
people have been asking.
It's very important.
Yes,
they sell filters.
they sell
Anything that
filters.
has to do with water filtration,
Yeah.
they will give you the best. And they can
Anything that
advise
has
you.
to do with quality,
Yeah.
you know, improving the quality of the water that you drink, just head right on to One Stop Water Solution. So what is our African proverb?
If you close your eyes to facts, you will learn through accidents.
What does this tell you?
Which accident? Road accidents?
Anyway, this is
Including road accidents.
including it. You know why road accidents? If you do not make sure that the things that you need in your car are proper, if your brakes are in good, you know, your lights are in good, your mirrors are in positioned well, you can have an accident.
Exactly.
So this applies as well to,
Definitely.
you know, road traffic accidents.
Well, it's a proverb, but it involves a lot.
Yes.
If you close your eyes to facts, you will learn through accidents. Definitely.
Yeah.
This is a very straightforward thing. I was discussing with Mr. Ade this morning. I said, Mr. Ade, this proverb, what do you make of this proverb? He said it's a straightforward.
Very straightforward.
Yeah. So sometimes people tend to fail because they do not take the right steps. You
Yeah.
know, even if they are in front of you, you tend to avoid it. At the end of the time, you find yourself in hot water.
Yeah, I know the viewers will say she's always talking about this, but this is because it's always related to most of the African proverbs that we discuss, which is the fact that when you're venturing into business, you have to study your environment. You have to do your market research. The reason why a lot of businesses get to fail is because they do not go and research and know what to do, what not to do, and measure some of the risks. You know, this also implies to that. People start businesses and later it doesn't continue. This also applies to projects that we have in our respective communities, projects that different agencies in the Gambia implement. They do not study the situation. They do not actually bring in the right people when it comes to these projects. And at the end of the day, it fails. It's unsustainable because the right people are in there. So I think this applies to
It's a
our
good-
everyday, you know,
It's a
life.
good analogy, and
Yeah.
the one I'm about to give people who say, oh no, he's talking about it again. I talked about the windstorm in July when I went round. I went to houses that had been destroyed and I could pick up the bricks and break them with my hands.
Yeah.
Now, somebody must have told you, if you're building a house, use only this amount of cement for this number of blocks.
Yeah.
Well, people think, oh no, instead of 15, I'll do 30 blocks and fill it with sand. That's idiotic.
Yeah.
And that is the perfect example of the fact is, if you want your house to be solid, build it solidly.
Exactly.
Don't build it cheap and hope that it will stay upright, as well as the person who's followed the rules and followed the detail. And you learn, unfortunately, by you know.
I think that's very
Absolutely,
deep,
yes.
and I think this is a brilliant one, considering the fact that every single year we get to deal with windstorms.
Yeah.
In as much as most of the time when this happens, we call on the government and all of that. But us as individuals, sometimes, you know, we have this building codes that people do not even follow.
Yeah.
You know, you're not supposed to live here and you end up living there. So I think generally when it comes to disasters, it's a general...
At the end of the time, whether you believe it or not, some people only want to learn through the hard way.
Yeah,
In fact,
learn through accidents,
yes,
right?
Even if it is obvious, I mean, they must learn through the hard way.
Yeah.
You cannot stop them.
But Mr. Ade, have you been in any situation where you did not do the right thing? You did not put your facts together, and at the end of the day, it had to, you know, learn you into something difficult, and you learned from it, and later have to fix it.
Yeah, I mean, there are times when, you know, there was one incident when I was doing a presentation for a job interview, actually, and I mentioned something, but I don't think I had researched it well enough. So when they then asked me a question, I was like, oh, you know, I was stuck.
Yeah.
I ended up not getting the job.
Okay.
But it taught me a lesson that, you know, you sort of plan properly. And again, it's kind of similar analogy to the one about the houses and the bricks. If you plan properly, then, you know, you don't learn the hard way. And so for me, the hard way was the fact that I hadn't actually got my facts together.
Yeah, and when you talk about facts, also journalism comes in.
Oh, yeah,
you know, when it comes to journalism, it's about facts.
Sure.
Sometimes I talk about the fact that incidents happen and QTV might be the last to actually broadcast it, but probably we're, you know, there trying to collect the facts to be able to get it right. And I think facts is a problem now.
It's a huge problem because the sort of society and the world we live in, everybody thinks that they are a journalist. Everybody who has a smartphone thinks that if I take a picture of an incident, that makes me a journalist, a citizen journalist and so on. It's fine. I mean, but you might take a picture of something or film something, but you don't know the rest of the story about it, and then you upload it, and then you find out it's not quite what you thought it was.
It was, yeah.
There was one that they did in England where they showed this guy running and somebody running after him, and everybody thought, oh, he's stolen something. Actually, it wasn't. They were all running to actually get an ambulance to help somebody.
Oh my God.
But because people saw everybody running, look, that guy's being chased. He wasn't being chased. He was actually going to somewhere where he could make a phone call because he didn't have a phone.
Yeah.
You know? So, you know, but if you just saw that clip and you saw what's happening there, they said, oh, that guy must have done something and people are chasing him. So, you know, you have to be very, very careful.
Yeah, it is, yes, right?
Absolutely. It's very
It's insane.
interesting.
Yeah.
You know, you remind me of Janet Jackson today. I mean,
Who, me? With my hair?
Yes,
Janet Jackson,
yes.
right?
Yeah, I mean, I hear people say to Janet Jackson all the time, you remind me of Jennifer Sonko.
Okay.
So I'm sure people say that to Janet all the time.
Now we will go for a short commercial break, and when we come back, we'll head right on to, it's not a newspaper review today. These are papers from our own newsroom.
Well, a review of the news.
Yes, a review of the news. Let's say that.
I would love us to look at this
Yes.
banky thing.
Yeah, the banky?
Legalization of marijuana.
Right.
Okay, when we come back, we can. Yeah, sure. So we'll go for a break, and we'll be right back, and we will talk about that. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Looking for the fastest and easiest way to receive money transfers from abroad? Well, QMoney and RIA just made it happen. Now you can receive international money transfer from RIA directly into your QMoney account with no additional cost. Once you receive an SMS alert about your transfer, walk into any QMoney agent across the country to receive your payment for free, or use the money immediately to buy credit, QPower, and other QMoney services. It's fast, safe, and convenient. For more info, call customer care on 133. QMoney, Sinu Calpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Right time, right place, right price. Promote your product, business, and brand to millions of viewers nationwide or across the globe. Call QTV Marketing on 32-44444 or email us at marketing@qtv.gm for all your advertisement needs. QTV Gambia, right place. Your favorite mobile service has done it again. Now, you can buy cash power with your QMoney account free of charge. Yes, you heard me right. For free! Nothing is cheaper than free. So start buying your cash power from the comfort of your homes with unbeatable services QMoney has to offer. With QMoney, life is easy. Visit your nearest QMoney agent to cash in or call customer care on 133 for more information. Don't forget to wash your hands with soap after handling cash. Stay home, stay clean, stay safe. QMoney, Sunyu Kalpe. We innovate, others follow.
Welcome back from that short break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning. And now we're heading right on to reviewing the news instead of reviewing newspapers, which we do not have today. So these are stories that were featured on our 8 p.m. news bulletin yesterday. So first of all, the one that really caught my attention is President Barrow's unannounced visit to Bakau. You know, seeing President Barrow in his car driving and, you know, just talking to people, you know, having fun around, you know. I mean, that was good for me.
It was, I think I have to say, when we watched it in the office, before it was even broadcast, people watched it and they were smiling.
Yeah.
And what was amazing was that, you know, for him to do it, it could have been risky.
Yeah.
He could have gone somewhere and people could have hurled insults or booed or whatever. But they didn't. I mean, they were really pleased to see him. They were shocked to see that he was actually driving. And it was a really nice moment. And definitely, I mean, you know, on the news, if you went online, you know, people were commenting about it quite a bit. You know, it really resonated with people. And it showed. I mean, and like I said, it's kind of brave because you didn't see kind of military, huge presence around him or anything like that. It just, you know, obviously he had some people. But yeah, it's really, it was nice
What
to
does
see.
this thing mean when it comes to our democracy? Seeing a president going in to at least have a one-on-one chat with its people.
I mean, it's good because it shows that a president, because, you know, and we say this all the time, you know, having worked in sort of British government, in the cabinet office, we always used to say to people, whether a person competes, but whoever wins, you become prime minister or you become president, you're not just prime minister or president for the party that you belong to. You're actually prime minister or president for the whole country, and people have to see you in that way. You know, they can vote you out the next time if they don't like you. And so a president has to be able to go anywhere in his or her country. There's a couple of female presidents now, one in Africa, but you have to be able to go anywhere in your country and interact.
Yeah.
It doesn't always have to be the kind of stage managed thing where, you know, it's a rally or it's a this or that, you know, just something like that, impromptu.
Well, I mean, there are situations where previously some people will complain. The only time we see the president when it is time for elections.
Yeah, I mean, and let's be honest, this is October. We're not that far away from elections.
Yeah.
And so for him, it's a good look for him to go somewhere and be really warmly received. People were saying hello and smiling.
We're
You didn't see
behind
people-
you.
Yeah, you didn't see people
Things like
snarling or
that.
hurling insults or anything of that. It was really, really good. So for him, it's good, you know.
And we can, I don't know, what do you think? Can we use this as a justification that we're really the smiling coast, we're really the peaceful country that people call us? Because in another country, you dare not. A president dare not do something like this.
In lots of countries, a president dare not do that. I mean, in Sierra Leone, even, you know, my own country, there are certain areas where the president wouldn't dare go just because it's an opposition stronghold. And that's the same in many other countries. And Gambia's never had that. You know, sort of reputation, and you're right. I mean, Smiling Coast was kind of what we heard through the TRRC, kind of tarnished that whole Smiling Coast image. It's like it sounded like just pure PR. When you scratch beneath the surface, there was more to it than that. But nonetheless, it still has this reputation of being a calm, peaceful place.
Exactly.
The number of people who relocate here from other African countries is astonishing. I mean,
And the thing is, when it comes to the TRRC, this was just a group of people. You know, this was a group of people who
they can't.
angry.
They shouldn't define a whole country.
Yeah, they
You're
shouldn't.
right.
There was just a
Yeah.
group of angry people, you know, doing stuff.
Yeah.
But generally, it is the Smiling Coast. With the people that I speak to every single day, you're doing Smiling Coast. You deal with tourists, and you know what they tell you
definitely.
about the country. You know,
Absolutely.
we're not trying to justify anything.
No,
but
no.
At the end of the day, it's a good thing. And the president visited Kachikali Crocodile Pool. I can remember QTV for two stories on the 8 p.m. news. We featured the Kachikali Crocodile Pool, how it has been affected by the COVID-19 pandemic.
right, yeah.
When I saw him go there, I was like, did the president watch both our reports? Is that the reason why he's there? That's what came to my
Who
mind.
knows? Hopefully, and thankfully, when he went there were some visitors actually who you know, from other countries who happened to be there.
Oh.
And, yes, and you know, and he spoke to them, and it was good because that's quite a tourist attraction here in the Gambia, and we all know how the country has suffered because of COVID-19. You know, tourism has suffered. So another plus for him there.
Well, Mr. Ade, I don't think there should be a problem for a president to visit a particular place in his land.
There should not be. You said there should not
there
be.
should not be a problem.
But you can't.
Whether you support the president or you don't support him, he's your president.
But these are things we don't have control over. You know what I mean? We just don't.
It's interesting because in some countries, come election time, it gets really heated, it gets nasty.
Yeah.
But when the elections are over, people go back to exactly what you just said.
Yeah.
They realize that the president is the president of the country, not just of a party. Although, obviously, every party has its own policies, its own manifesto that they want to deliver and deliver on, and it might differ from other you know, parties. But nonetheless, you know, it's good. And by the way, let's not forget Cape Verde just voted new president.
Oh,
They voted, and within 3.5 hours they had the results. The guy whose party was in power lost, and the opposition guy won. And as a friend of mine posted on Twitter, we voted. Nobody was shot, nobody got killed, nobody was attacked, and tomorrow we're all going to work.
And that's the end of it.
End of
I
it.
present to you the Gambian ambassador
you see how it works?
to Cape Verde, right?
Democracy.
That's democracy. In fact, there are articles all over. There's an Al Jazeera article which actually says, African countries should look to Cape Verde as how you should run an election.
Well, Cape Verde it's really trying, huh, Mr. Ade?
So let's hope. It's doing very well.
Yeah,
It's doing very well.
He loves Cape Verde.
I
We
love
all
Cape
know
Verde.
that.
That's not a secret.
Yeah, so before we come back to the newsroom, we also have other stories here. We also have sad news even. As long as we're talking about politics at this point, I think it's just important that we touch this. The Inter-Party Committee, they now have a women's branch, which was also featured on the news. So what do you think about this? There's a youth branch, so it's quite obvious that probably they will try to select another demography. But the question is, how will this women's branch change the narrative when it comes to the low representation of women? Because I am getting reports that the youth branch is not quite organized. Their regional structures are not even in place as we speak. This is the information that I'm getting. So I just hope that it will be different with the women.
Listen, if you belong to the demographic, you know, or the demography that they're trying to, you know,
Separate.
youth or women or whatever, if you belong to that group, try and own it. And so you say, look, I want better representation in Parliament. It's a disgrace that we only have, I don't know, 3 National Assembly members or whatever it is.
Who have voted, because the others are nominated. Anyway, you can't count them.
Yeah, so exactly. So, you know, there needs to be, so they need to own it. And it's the same for youth. Don't say, oh, you know, look, if you're not happy about how it's set up, thinking, okay, how can we fund it? Do we reach out to businesses? Do we reach out to NGOs, international organizations to help us get a proper structure and office and so on? That's what you need to do in order to deliver. You can't just sit back and complain and say, oh, you know, they've given us this, but they haven't given us everything else that goes with it. Make it happen for yourself.
Yeah, that's
Well,
true.
the problem that we have in Africa is nagging. We have too much. At the end of time, we complain too much. Instead
without
of
bringing in solutions.
Forget Africa, it's human nature.
Yeah, we do, you know, it's just things.
It's human nature.
That's a problem.
So, Ibrahim, let's take a look at sad news a little bit. You know, we know about the fact that 7, yesterday while I was reading the news, that is how I learned that it's 7 now instead of 6 at the Bilal boarding school. You know, the fire outbreak there, we're sending some love and light to them. I saw the head of the school I saw how devastated he was.
Sure.
He even talked about the fact that the parents are consoling him instead of him consoling them. You know, that is how bad the situation is. And UNICEF, there's a statement by UNICEF on the incident at Bilal boarding school.
And the vice president went to the hospital yesterday to visit the survivors who were at Edward Francis Small Hospital. It's one that has touched everybody. I think you don't need to be a parent to feel touched by this. I'm not ashamed to say that it actually made me cry because thankfully we could not show any of the photographs, but we have photographs of the, and they're terrible. And you just think for anybody to die like that is terrible. Children who are away from their parents in the care of other people who have always cared for them. You know, this, let's be honest, was an accident. Terrible, really, really terrible. And as you said, you know, UNICEF have joined others in sending their condolences to the parents and to the country, because I think it's something that has touched everybody. Well,
sometimes it's most people, every person have your own view. Some might think it's carelessness or something, but it's not like that. I mean, Bilal School have been here and they've been very helpful when it comes to molding these children.
Yeah, but right now we can't confirm because the cause of the inferno is unknown as we speak. And UNICEF here is saying that we urge national and local authorities to launch a thorough investigation into the incident to establish the exact cause of the fire, just to make sure that there's some form of accountability and implementation of stronger mechanisms to safeguard the security there. Because this is the second time around the same time that it is happening.
And September the last time, and October this time. So I mean, but also there's a knock-on effect in that, as we reported in our story, parents have been taking their children away, because obviously if you are a parent and your child is there, you'll get scared now. Is my child safe? Well, you know, for all these years they've been safe, but all of a sudden, so there does need to be, because you can't just say, oh, we don't know what the cause is. Once the investigation is concluded, a parent and every parent needs to know.
Mr. Ade,
I have a feeling this will affect their operations.
It's a matter of building the confidence again, so that parents can bring their kids again. But the only way it can happen, it's the investigation.
Of course,
you know,
exactly.
Authorities that are responsible, they should not just for the sake of investigating. They should investigate and get to the root of it.
No, I mean something as serious as this. I don't think they'll investigate for the sake of investigating. I mean, I think the public demand, even international demand, you know, condolences have come from Sierra Leone, from other countries. You know, just that amount of interest in the case will mean that they will have to be thorough about it.
The pressure is there already.
Of course, and I think they would want to do justice to their investigation. They won't just do a kind of, you know, arbitrary thing. They'll go deep into it. And
I'm
they must.
wondering if boarding schools normally get subventions. I need to figure that out. Probably do my research on that to know
it depends.
if they normally get subventions to be able to, you know, make sure at least the services that they provide is better.
I mean, parents, you know, most boarding schools, this one is, you know, Islamic, and people go there to learn the Quran, mostly. Most of them, they're private, and people pay for their children. And some boarding schools are quite expensive, and you know, some are not, but, you know, they're fee-paying normally, and that's what funds them. You know, and people who subscribe to what they're about sometimes give them funding to help them function.
Exactly.
But I was told that Bilal boarding school is free. I don't know how true that is, but that is the information that I got. But probably
it won't take long to investigate.
Yeah, it won't take long to
we
investigate something like that.
Jennifer,
but yes,
let's. I am interested in this story. Banki News call for legalization of marijuana. Let's take a look at it.
And why are you interested in it? Is because you would like to be able to walk?
I just want to know how Gambians, how our people will accept this whole thing.
You know, marijuana, ganja, whatever you want to call it, every time it's mentioned around the world, there's a kind of hysteria about it. But you go to somewhere like the Netherlands, you can walk into shops and buy it. And that society, that country has not collapsed because you can buy weed in a shop. But in Africa, in most countries, you know, people are still arrested for it. And the fact that you have criminalized it means that the people who sell it are criminals by nature.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to subvert the law, they're trying to go around the law, and so it makes. But like I said, there are countries in America now, in certain states in America, it's been legalized, and again, those particular states have not crumbled. Society has not crumbled. People are not going around slaughtering people and so on.
But Mr.
Yeah.
Ade, let's come on, guys. Like, we know our own people.
The reason
and
why
we
I
know,
said that,
we know.
yes,
Yes.
but in the Gambia,
Yeah.
when you talk about marijuana, you talk about ganja, or some people call it yamba. You understand?
Jamba.
Tunkara will be like, "You saying yamba on my TV? What's wrong with you, boy?"
Well, you're saying.
Well, when it comes to religion, Islam and Christianity, they ban marijuana. You understand? So in Islam, people believe anything that you have to eat should be halal. When you sell marijuana and you buy food, it's not halal.
Yeah, but when
So
it comes
listen,
to,
let's
let's put
Listen,
religion aside.
as you are speaking this, as you are saying this, there are millions of Muslims who smoke cigarettes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Are you telling me that's halal?
It's not halal.
Anyway,
but
I'm-
the way people think here,
Yeah.
it's not.
Anyway, I am usually not comfortable when issues of governance and all of this, when religion comes into it, I just feel like sometimes the debate is it's not meaningful, because then who each
Yes.
side has their own beliefs and
Exactly,
all of
but
so the moment we bring religion,
yes,
that actually
my-
ends
Jay,
the debate
my
or conversation.
reason of saying this,
Yes.
how are we going to accept this?
He has a right to bring it in
Yeah.
because, as he says, this is a majority Muslim
True.
country. How is somebody going to sell the idea
To
of
us.
legalizing something that most Muslims abhor and think should not happen? So he's got a difficult job selling that idea and getting it through Parliament. I'm willing to put my, raise my. I said I don't think it will fly.
Yeah.
It will go up in
Yeah.
smoke.
But most of the time, for me, Ibrahim, I don't know why, but issues of governance and leadership, most of the time I like to separate religion.
Yeah, you know,
sometimes,
it's
because the moment it
complicated.
comes in,
Yeah.
but at some point you can't in a country like Gambia, where 90 to 95% are Muslims. You can't separate it at the end of the day. It has to come in. But sometimes I do wish it is separated in a way. At least whatever we are talking about can be judged independently and all of that.
in this country, anything that you have to do, it is based on religion.
You
People have to bring the
it goes
religion
side by
perspective
side. It
so
goes
that
side by
people will
side.
understand whether the religion accepts this or not.
It's like whenever people always say that we are similar to Senegal, I always say no, you're not. Senegal, the first line of the constitution says it's a secular state. The very first line of their constitution.
So it's
you'd
different.
never get that here in the Gambia.
Yeah, it's quite different. So when it comes to the Gambia, you can't actually separate it. That is why sometimes issues of religion I like to separate and all of that, because it complicates things. So moving on, let's take a look at, over the weekend, reports emerged of an attempt to kidnap and murder of a 13-year-old boy at Alumhara village in Basayuara. And our crew was there to investigate the matter. Well, Alaji A.F. Jallo was able to swiftly respond to the call of the community when it comes to this particular story, and he did a good job.
He did.
Watching that story yesterday, I was like, man, this boy is lucky.
He was very lucky.
Yeah.
For those who didn't see the story, a passerby who thought he'd lost his phone started making his way back.
Yeah.
And then his other phone in his pocket rang. He said whilst he stopped to take that call, he heard some rustling in the bushes, and he thought, what's that? And then he saw this boy bound hand and feet, and a gag of cloth stuck in his mouth. He was horrified. He said, in fact, he didn't want to touch him at first, even though he could see that he was alive, and he was. So he called some boys who were playing football nearby and said, look, come and help, and then call the police. And then they called the police. And for him not doing that, that boy would probably be dead by now. And what's kind of scary about this is that there have been 3 similar incidents in Sierra Leone in the last month. One was only 2 days ago, where a young girl had been tied up in a graveyard, and people passing by saw her, rescued her, and then the community lay in wait, thinking that the people who tied her up would come back so they did, and so they ambushed them and beat them up.
Oh,
And
okay.
handed them over to the police. I mean, so it's like, and again, they're saying, they were going to do it for kind of ritual killing, and you don't know why this boy was handed, but it's quite a horrific story, and really, really, as you said, just watching it was sent a shiver down the spine.
Well, looking at this story, what I think it should send an alert to parents to be very vigilant when it comes to their children.
Yeah.
Every time we get a story like this, Jennifer will back me up. I always say one incident is not a crisis.
Yeah.
There are 2.x million people in the country. One shocking story of an attempted kidnap and possible murder doesn't mean every child is in danger of being kidnapped and murdered. So let's have some perspective. It's shocking. It should not happen. Of course, it should not happen. But if you're a parent, if I were a parent and had a child of that age, I would be worried.
Yeah.
It's natural.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you have to have perspective about it. It's not every child.
I'm not
who
a
goes
child, and I'm worried.
even
Everyone is worried.
Because when we hear these things, and again, it's human nature, because we can relate to it.
Yeah.
As human beings, we can relate to it. My gosh, if that guy had not happened, this child will be dead.
Yeah.
So that's quite scary, and so that's the thing that connects us to it. That that could be us, or it could be my neighbor's child, and so on. So of course. Yeah.
So moving on, before we leave, the Minister of Finance on Monday tabled the 2022 budget estimates of revenue and expenditure for consideration by the National Assembly. And the estimates show that government is prioritizing infrastructure development and social services. So what does this tell you?
Look, any government that is serious about being a government, that's what you have to prioritize.
Right.
And I'm always shocked when governments don't. Again, sorry to keep mentioning Sierra Leone. I've been criticizing the government of Sierra Leone because they're about to build a bridge across from Lunge to Freetown that's going to cost maybe 2.5 or $3 billion. If they can get a loan, why don't they build hospitals in every district and town, better schools, better roads, than a bridge just so that tourists can get across? It's a disproportionate amount.
Is it the bridge heading to the airport?
Airport.
But Mr. Ade, to be honest, that bridge is too hectic.
You mean the crossing?
The crossing is very hectic because you have to cross to get to the airport.
If you think that's bad, try the helicopter, which takes you. The helicopter, it doesn't have doors.
Oh my God!
So you can actually see the Atlantic Ocean beneath you as it's crossing. That's one of the reasons why they want it.
But to be honest,
I mean,
Mr. Ade, I mean,
you know what I always say about this, and if you go to London and you land at Heathrow or Gatwick, it's another 45 minutes or an hour before you get into the center of London.
Yeah.
If you land at Lunge, it's another half an hour or 40 minutes before you get to Freetown. What's the big deal? Nobody says, oh, let's bring Heathrow or Gatwick into the center of London.
But it's the fact that you have to, travel by sea.
Of course.
That's the sad part.
Or the scary helicopter.
And I would rather, and you know what? I have a friend of mine who had to travel there and nearly missed his flight because of the crossing. Imagine if it was just a car moving, then it would have been faster.
Sure.
So anyway, it's a matter of a debate to see their priorities.
But
in as much as health is important,
yeah.
health is important as well. If the fact is that they don't have hospitals in different districts, is that the case?
Of course. Well, they do. Some of them are run down, and they need to be rehabilitated. And so for me, I think that's where they should put their priority. Make sure every government school, some of the pictures I saw of some of the government schools, dreadful. So that's people are now shaming them by posting those pictures online. But having said that, I've been amazed. I've gone to meetings where in a crowd of maybe 200 people, I'm the only one arguing against the blasted bridge. They're all in support of it. I'm like,
if I was a Sierra Leonean, I would support it.
It's madness.
I'm afraid.
It's about getting the wrong priorities. And the reason I mention that, when you have infrastructure, that is the right priority to have as a government, if you're serious, because it leads to everything else. Good roads, good bridges, these things matter to people, and when I say good bridges that connect people to places, not just kind of fancy bridges because you think, oh, it's going to bring in more tourists.
Anyway, I just hope that the prioritizing infrastructure development and social service come 2022 will materialize.
It's the kind of thing that when they get to debate it, you can't imagine anybody being against it, really.
True.
And if they are, you have to think, okay, I probably won't vote for you because if you got into power, what would your priorities be? So in a way, it should be a win-win. It says, if we want to develop this country, there are certain huge infrastructural deficits, and we need to fix those. And the only way we're going to fix it is the budget for it.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
And while I was watching the story, I heard IMF, EU support, and all of that. All of those things were factored
Well,
in.
what he said was that if we need to go to them, they've all kind of signaled that they'll be willing to listen to us and support.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
So
kudos.
I'm afraid that is all we
Alright.
have time for.
Gosh,
We did
already?
not. Yes,
Oh,
we did not have newspapers from the various media houses,
Yeah.
but seems our newsroom is quite strong, huh?
Wow.
Because
Indeed.
most of the stories are from our
from
own
the-
newsroom.
And just in closing, quickly, I have to say that lots of people contacted me yesterday and said they particularly liked last night's news. So if anybody wants to watch it, they can watch it online.
Yeah.
But the way we put it together, the variety of stories and so on, we got quite a lot of praise for it. So that was good. And as an editor, it was
and
good to hear that.
yesterday all of the stories were local.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
all of the stories were local
No
stories. So
international stories. Yeah.
probably they also saw themselves in it
Exactly.
with the variety and all of that.
You know,
and the QCell Youth Cup as well has ended. And I saw the Q City, as champions and
18, the
Medina
under 18,
on the under 18.
Yeah, and Medina under 15.
Under
And
15.
again, we mentioned this, the quality, I was impressed. I'm a big football
Really?
fan. And I watched all the matches and
Yeah.
I was impressed with the level of skill that was on show. I've like, when I was under 15, under 18, I'm not sure I was as good as some of these guys,
Yeah.
And so...
Yesterday I said to
Right.
Gajaga, if we are very serious about our football, we have to start grooming our young ones
Sure.
now.
I mean, in England, Premier League teams actually have what they call school boy and school girl teams now, school girl teams recently.
Yeah.
And so children, 7, 8 years old, actually get attached to a football club, and that football club becomes responsible for developing them and so.
You used to play football, right?
I did. My parents didn't want me to be a professional.
Okay.
I almost got signed by
Ibrahim, how
Chelsea,
about
which
you?
wasn't my team,
Me?
by the way.
What sport did you do
I
while you were
played
going to
football
school?
when I was going to primary
I don't
school.
trust you for some reason. I don't
No,
trust
when
you.
I was going to primary school, I
But,
was
okay, but afterwards, what sport?
I
Were
was
you
a-
an athlete?
I was a very good footballer.
Really?
I was in Saints, man.
Oh, St.
St. Augustine's.
St. Augustine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in fact,
so-
a lot of people who knew me at secondary school, not
Yeah.
primary school, for some reason I wasn't that good, but at secondary school, a lot of people say, oh, if they mention my name, they say, oh, you mean the footballer?
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny, because of course I never became a footballer, but
Yeah.
for many people that's what they know me for,
So you were very good at it.
apparently.
Yeah, but us as females, we weren't really encouraged,
No, it's only
to
recently
play.
that-
It's really sad, at primary school level. We had physical education classes. All we used to do as girls is just to go out and chat. It wasn't inculcated in us.
It's a global phenomenon, that
Yes.
one, because recently, and I say recently as last week, FIFA put out a press release urging all the big clubs in Europe to actually now have female teams,
Yeah.
because many of them don't. But in England, almost all of them, Manchester United, Chelsea, Arsenal, Man City, all of them have women's teams now. But that's new.
Okay, let's talk about the women's football team.
Exactly.
They won Sierra Leone.
Oh no, you don't want to go there. You don't want to go there.
Congratulations to them.
As revenge
know?
for somebody mentioned in the office,
Yeah.
said revenge for the men's team losing
Yes,
to Sierra Leone.
yeah.
And that was a friendly, but this was a competitive match.
Yeah.
And they won 2-0 and deservedly won 2-0.
Yeah.
Female Scorpions.
Yeah.
And so congratulations to
When,
Yeah.
when you look at the women team in the Gambia,
Yeah.
they've been doing very good.
Yeah.
When you look at their training sessions, all the matches they play.
And not only that, I am here to predict, and you can quote me on this, that next season we're going to see something extraordinary, because the season just ended because of COVID. It
Yeah.
started late and so on, and the women had to protest, saying, why has the men's season started and ours hasn't? And yet what we saw was a very good, very high standard, and I think that would have encouraged other women to want to get into the game, and I
Sure.
think that can only be good for the game.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Adedrami, for
Pleasure,
joining
as
us
always.
on the news review. Everything that we reviewed today, majority of it is from our newsroom. So like I said, our newsroom is up there, and you
Oh, yeah.
mentioned that people contacted you yesterday saying that the news was, blended well and all of that. So like you mentioned, they can go check it out online on YouTube as well as on Facebook and on our website.
Indeed,
Yes.
and it gives us pleasure to keep up to that standard.
Yeah, keep up to that standard. And One-Stop Water Solution, just reminding you that they are partners, Ibrahim, for all
Exactly.
your filters, dispensers, water
definitely.
tanks, and all of that. You know,
They're
just-
here for you. Go and
Yes.
get your filters. I mean, it's affordable. Jennifer.
Exactly.
You know, you don't need to drink water
And like I
anymore
mentioned
without being
yesterday,
filtered.
their customer service is very, very good. Their customer service is very good. It doesn't mean you have to go there and buy. Just go and window shop. You never know. You might see something that
And
you
the
like.
clue is in the name. If you have a problem with water, we have the solution.
Yeah,
Exactly.
One-Stop Water Solution. And the number
How
is right in
appropriate.
front of you right now. So take the number. They're Sukuta Highway, just at Sukuta Highway. Take the number right in front of you and contact them and ask them questions about anything that you need. So we will go for a short break. And when we come back, our community watch today has to do with reusable parts under the United Nations Peace Building Fund. And we'll be joined by Fatima Sonko, the program manager. Do stay tuned.
Novelas mi ma gunge ci sama kër gi ba xet gi ne duma toog duma tàyyi man daal de moo koy wëri parfum Novelas suñ ko bis ki kër gi xet gi day neex parfum Novelas mooy waaja lii mooy parfum Novelas parfum bi dafa neex forest bi dafa neex saxaar ba bi dafa neex lii mooy parfum Novelas parfum bi dafa neex Almadina boo ko pompee xet gi day gunguni lii mooy parfum Novelas parfum bi dafa neex brise marine bi ak yëpp a neex ak Novelas féppay xeeñ neex.
To make sure your company's products and services reach your potential customers, it is essential that you choose the right channel for your marketing purposes. QTV has the widest reach locally and beyond, and we can give your business the visibility it needs. Call QTV Marketing on +220 324 4444 or email us at marketing@qtv.gm and take your business to the world.
Your favorite mobile service has done it again. Now you can buy cash power with your Q Money account free of charge. Yes, you heard me right. For free. Nothing is cheaper than free. So start buying your cash power from the comfort of your homes with unbeatable services Q Money has to offer. With Q Money, life is easy. Visit your nearest Q Money agent to cash in or call customer care on 133 for more information. Don't forget to wash your hands with soap after handling cash. Stay home, stay clean, stay safe. Q Money, Sunyu Kalpe. We innovate, others follow.
With so many things to do in a single day, it's important to have a network you can trust. When there's family and friends to connect with and business calls to make, you need a network that is reliable and fast. Talk longer, browse faster, go farther, and roam wider. When your network is solid, the world is your oyster. QCell, your trusted network in the Gambia.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning. And I'm here with my amazing co-host, Ibrahim Balde.
Oh, yeah.
Now we'll be heading right onto our community watch. So let's take a look at this particular video. And when we come back, the discussion starts. We apologize for that. That was the First Lady there, Fatoumata Baro, launching a center there for the production of renewable parts in Basse. That is why we're joined by Fatima Sonko, Program Manager of the United Nations Peace Building Fund. So before we talk about the production of renewable menstrual parts, let's talk about the project in general. You know, how did it come about, the United Nations Peace Building Fund? And later we'll talk about the relationship, because I know if people hear Peace Building Fund, probably they might be like, what is the relationship with providing menstrual products to women? But we will get to that. So just give us an overview.
Thank you very much, Jainaba, for having me. The Peace Building Fund, it's the United Nations financial instrument of first resort, and it's the organization's financial instrument which support countries at risk of conflict or countries that are into full-blown conflict. Yeah. The Gambia qualified for the peace building sometime in 2017, okay. And basically it qualified due to its developmental priorities, okay. And it had benefited from a number of peace building projects, and the climate change project is one of those projects under the peace building. And with regards to the climate, particularly with regards to the climate change project, the project is geared towards mitigating conflicts in targeted communities. Yeah. So basically, the project is working with communities. It's using community-driven mitigation and yeah. Of using the communities as that focal point, okay. Really, okay. to mitigate conflicts surrounding that. Okay.
So you talked about development priorities. What are these development priorities that you're talking about that actually made Gambia qualify for this development fund? What are some of these?
Thank you very much. These are the peace building initiatives. For example, you've heard about the TRRC. Yeah. There was need for security sector reform in the Gambia. So the peace building, through the peace building fund, this project came up. Okay. We also have the women and youth political leadership. Yeah. So they were funding for enhancing women and youth political participation. So those priorities in line with the national development, the NDP of the government came in, and that support was given through the peace building. Okay, yeah.
Through that, yes.
Important. Yep. Quite interesting. Now let's talk about that thing you have there, the pad.
That thing is called reusable menstrual pad. It's not that thing.
Okay, let's talk about this.
Yes. So
why
actually,
did you focus on people around URR?
Okay, just to take you a little bit back, the project, because of conflict over land, you agree with me that because of factors such as water salination, factors such as the encroachment of land, and these basically through this encroachment over land got people to have conflicts in this area. So basically, as a result, the reusable menstrual pad came in.
Yeah, so moving on, let's talk about these products. They're eco-friendly, you know, so what is the advantages of really having an eco-friendly reusable product for women? Because we know how the ones that we get from the shops really affect our environment, and now we have an eco-friendly one. So what does this mean?
These products are not, they're actually not chemical. They're not chemicalized. Yeah. And they're very friendly. They do not expose the woman to you know, with the other sanitary products. Sure. We don't know what kind of chemicals are in it. It might expose women to urinary tract infections, for example. And because of period poverty, women use you can see in the rural areas, they might resort to unhygienic materials such as rags and all of those other products that are not really hygienic, which might have a ripple effect on their health. So these are chemical free. They're made in the Gambia. There's a production center that the project has established in Basse, in URR, and these women have been selected from conflict communities to come together to produce this reusable menstrual pads.
Okay, can we see?
Yes,
can we open it?
It's important for us to see how it looks, and you can take us through some of the things that it is used to make.
Yeah, can we take it out? Yeah, just to see how it looks. Yeah.
So as you can see, it is tagged no sale.
Okay.
At the moment, the production is
and
ongoing.
Packaging is really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, the packaging is really good.
The production is ongoing, and like I mentioned, it is tagged no sale.
Yeah.
We are working with the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education to ensure that these are distributed in schools. To, like I mentioned before, to end period poverty. For adolescent girls.
Okay. And I love the fact that it's orange.
Yes.
Yes.
So this is how it looks.
Okay.
It has the cover, which is a hem material. So this hem material protects, it has microbic properties. So it does not allow fungus to grow on it and stuff like that. So it is 7 layered and it is highly absorbent. And it also have this so that it's secured, it's in place for the woman to use. So this is very friendly. Like I mentioned, people are encouraged not to use bleach, for example, on it, so that it does not break down the material quality of the pad. So this is what we have. You have 6 in each pack. And currently, it's, like I mentioned, it's being produced, and it will be distributed to adolescent girls in schools, after which, with regards to the sustainability for the project, it will be...
I know, we were about to rush her in relation to sustainability.
Exactly.
You know, how are you working towards sustaining this? What sustainability mechanisms are put in place?
Okay, we are working with the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Welfare in collaboration with the Network Against Gender-Based Violence. So the ministry is taking the lead in this. They're currently, where the reusable center is housed within the ministry space. So the first cohort of women have been trained, and the ministry would be, after the elapse of the project, the UNFP, of course, will continue to support the project. However, the ministry would be training different cohorts of women so that there's the transferable skills. We have experts that have come in this area to take the women through this training. The center is fully equipped with machines and everything that is needed to do this. However, the ministry will continue this. They'll continue to train women in these conflict areas and ensure that the sustainability is actually there, because the skills will be transferred. The women will continue to be trained. They'll continue to benefit from
you said
this.
These women are selected from conflict-prone communities, am I right?
Yes.
So when you say that, what does that mean?
Okay. Under the project, like I explained before, these communities, due to the demand and supply of land, arable land is not available due to certain climate factors. So women kind of bear the brunt of climate conflict, because you agree with me that they form more than 50% of the population of the Gambia. So as a result, they produce majority of the food, and as female farmers, they are sometimes they do not have alternate sources of income. So this menstrual training would give them an alternate, it's an innovative solution to provide them with alternate sources of income and livelihood support as well. So the ministry has created female networks around the country, about 19 female networks. These are vulnerable women that need support and need alternate sources of income. So they pick these women from these communities that have been mapped out. The communities are about 12 of them, and the agencies that are implementing the project are the International Trade Center, the World Food Program, and UNFPA. So together we are working towards resolving major conflicts, decade-long conflicts in these communities. For example, you have the Sambangs in Sierra. You have the Sambang Fulan, the Sambang Mandinka. For a very long time, those communities have been prone to conflict, and they could not really even see eye to eye. But through the interventions of this project, they have been able to brokerage peace, and those are some of the impacts of the project. That
I've seen on the pack, not for sale.
Yes, like I mentioned earlier, it is not for sale at the moment. We are not selling it. We're going to distribute it to adolescent youth in schools, just so that they have access to quality menstrual pad. Because you agree with me that formative research across the world have shown that one of the challenges for menstrual health and hygiene management is access to quality sanitary products. And these sanitary products include menstrual pad. So the objective for now is to ensure that we get this to adolescent youth in school, and ensure that they do not skip school. They do not get stigmatized because of period and period poverty. So as a result, that is the plan.
So apart from launching this particular center for the production of renewable parts through the UN Peace Development Fund, what other activity is taking place through this fund?
Okay, community engagements, putting women and youth at the forefront of mitigating conflicts is ongoing. Like I mentioned earlier, UNFPA has been able to form, through the Ministry of Women, have been able to create network of female farmers, and these female farmers have been capacitated on coping mechanisms and alternate sources of income as well for the reusable, on climate conflict. So those are some of because the conflict age problems in these communities, there's actually this intergenerational gap between the young people and the older generation. So putting the youth at the forefront of driving some of these initiatives have really paid dividend.
Ibrahim?
Let's talk about the sensitization aspect of this. How are you pushing it? Maybe communicating this to young girls who need it. Is there any other way that you're using at the moment?
Yes, some of our partners have worked on, before we started the production, some of our partners had sensitized high school and junior secondary across the education tiers on the benefits of reusable menstrual pad, on some of the advantages of using it, and some of the myth busters around it, the cultural norms and traditional. They've been able to educate them and sensitize them on the reusable menstrual pad.
Very important. There was a time when you talk about pads, for us men, we don't get close.
Exactly.
That's why when you said that thing, I told you it has a name.
Anyway, I don't think it's a problem for a man to know about pads.
It shouldn't
It's important. It's important because those are some of the things that fuel cultural norms and some of the myths and some of the stigma around it in schools. So the boys do not know anything about menstruation. They tend to bully their female classmates when menstruation occurs, because they don't have access to the material, they get stained, etc. in school, and so that bullying happens. But if they're educated on what menstruation is, what menstrual health and hygiene management should be, they would identify with it, and that is what the project is really out to achieve. The sensitization has not only been targeting girls, it has been targeting boys as well, so that awareness is out there.
To be honest, Fatima, I totally feel that this particular project is very innovative. The reason why it's innovative is the way it is structured and the direction that you decided to take. Because when you hear United Nations Peace Building Fund, your mind does not go to the production of, reusable parts, but the connection really cuts really well. I think it's a really good project, and I just hope that we won't see individuals selling this. It's written there, it's not for sale, but we all know for now. But
yes,
at least
but eventually, as part of the sustainability plan of the center, it will be sold.
At some point?
At some point, through the ministry will facilitate that. Of course, we'll have to go through procedures such as the Standards Bureau and all of that. That will be done before it is being sold. But at some point, to sustain the center, to give those women alternate source of income, like I mentioned, at some point it will be sold.
It will, but not for now.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've also seen the First Lady at the launching.
Yeah, actually, she was just invited there
Yeah.
to just launch. I mean, she's the First Lady. It's important to bring in the influence and all of that. Yeah, so she was just invited there to actually launch the projects. But thank you so much, Fatima Sonko, the Program Manager, United Nations Peace Building Fund, for coming on the program and sharing what this particular project is for. By the way, nice head tie.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So we will go for a short commercial break, and when we come back, we will head right on to the Click segment. One Stop Water Solution is part of our partners on this program. Do not forget that. The number was right in front of you earlier. I just hope you took it. Contact them and get all your water filters, dispensers, and tanks. The number is right in front of you as we speak, and it's at Sukuta Highway. The numbers are right there. Pick it, call them, window shop, you know, get what you want, ask them questions, and they will surely provide it to you. So we'll go for a break, and when we come back, like I said, we will head right onto the Click segment. To stay tuned.
The best product in town is back. QCell's MiFi router. Get the best MiFi in the country for just $2,800 and connect up to 15 users with 4G internet speeds and a long-lasting battery life. So rush now to any of our customer care locations and get the best for less while stocks last. For more info, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Senior Boss, the Gambia's quality network. We innovate, others follow.
Check out the all-new Tigo 8 at S-Pass Motors. Call 3522-222 or 353-2222 for more information.
Cherry.
Light. From the beginning of time, light has been there.
It is integral to our survival and to our way of living.
We need light to work,
To build,
to grow things, and even to see our loved ones.
light makes things easier and better.
So QCell has changed the way you buy Q-Power to make it easier and more accessible.
You can now access the same service quickly and get your cash power tokens instantly with the new QCell Q-Power code.
To light up your world, simply dial *363#.
With a touch of your fingers,
With ease and convenience from the comfort of your home or office,
you can bring light into your world instantly with *363#.
Q-Power, lighting your world.
QCell Sunyabus.
We innovate, others follow.
Step into the future of television with sleek and slim design Samsung Smart TVs, ranging in size from 32 to 75 inches and in different technology. Smart LED, Crystal UHD, Ultra High Definition, and QLED Quantum Dot LED. Get new ways of interacting with your TV as our TVs offer an unparalleled vision adventure from the comfort of your living room. Ultra viewing angle, powerful picture quality, web browser, gallery, EarthNet LAN, wireless LAN built-in, Bluetooth, screen mirroring technology, mobile on TV mirroring, built-in voice assistance, Wi-Fi direct. Not only that, our TVs are backed with 12 months warranty and we are currently on a promotion. Contact us on 333-3217.
Right time, right place, right price. Promote your product, business, and brand to millions of viewers nationwide or across the globe. Call QTV Marketing on 32-44444 or email us at marketing@qtv.gm for all your advertisement needs. QTV Gambia, right place.
Looking for the fastest and easiest way to receive money transfers from abroad? Well, Q Money and Ria just made it happen. Now you can receive international money transfer from Ria directly into your Q Money account with no additional cost. Once you receive an SMS alert about your transfer, walk into any Q Money agent across the country to receive your payment for free or use the money immediately to buy credit, Q Power and other Q Money services. It's fast, safe and convenient. For more info, call customer care on 133. Q Money, Sunu Calpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Your favorite mobile service has done it again. Now you can buy cash power with your Q Money account free of charge. Yes, you heard me right. For free! Nothing is cheaper than free. So start buying your cash power from the comfort of your homes with unbeatable services Q Money has to offer. With Q Money, life is easy. Visit your nearest Q Money agent to cash in or call customer care on 133 for more information. Don't forget to wash your hands with soap after handling cash. Stay home, stay clean, stay safe. Q Money, Sunu Calpe. We innovate, others follow.
With so many things to do in a single day, it's important to have a network you can trust. When there's family and friends to connect with and business calls to make, you need a network that is reliable and fast. Talk longer, browse faster, go farther, and roam wider. When your network is solid, the world is your oyster. QCell, your trusted network in the Gambia.
Welcome back, viewers, from that short break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning. I am your host, Jenna Bosonko, joined by my amazing co-host, Ibrahim Abad.
Oh, yeah.
So UNFPA ended up giving me one of these. So it's right here.
I love the packaging.
Yes, the packaging is so good. And so I'll be going home with this and giving them feedback later.
It's a nice one.
Yeah, it's a nice one. And it's not for sale. You know, it's given free. And it's
important
eco-friendly.
that they are creating things like this.
So thank you so much to Fatima Sonko, the program manager, for coming on the program. And Ibrahim, we're sending some love to all of the people following us on our different social media platforms, following us on Facebook, following us on YouTube. I just got a text message all the way from South Korea. JCJ Da Costa is watching all the way from there. Thank you so much. And our Philippine madam as well. I forgot the name. Sorry about that. We love you. Thank you so much. From Manchester, Germany.
Geneva.
We saw all of this.
If you are not tired of watching, we won't be tired of presenting.
Exactly. We'll be feeding you with all of these things. So whatever country that you're watching from, thank you so much. So now let's head right on to this click segment with Kangman Sweezy.
Actually, I thought it was donut from Sweet Bite. The packaging though.
Let's skip that.
So I thought it was donut. I think I should get one as well.
Yes.
Good morning, guys.
Anyway, we're encouraging male to also support their sisters.
I need to buy it for my sister though.
You need to.
You remind me of Brigadier General.
Of course. Salute or respecto. I'm in the building. Good morning, guys. I'm Kangman Sweezy, and this is the click segment that comes your way from Monday to Thursday. Unfortunately, I wasn't around yesterday, but I'm back. I'm doing my thing today. It's a different one though. And trust me, I'm looking fly, man.
You're looking
My designer got me looking fly.
Okay.
Carl Design is doing it big in the Gambia. He's giving an outfit to most of these designers in the Gambia, fashion artists, the mainstream artists in the Gambia. He's really doing big. Great. So we should support him though. He's doing great as well. And my guest in the studio today is Amazing Kiddo. Welcome to the show, bro.
Yeah, brother. Assalamu alaikum to everyone watching. Is Gambia's icon. I can say face of Gambia.
Amatinang fi benen grill de.
We're doing it big, man.
Grill
Face of Gambia. Amazing Kiddo.
Yeah, FOG, hashtag. Everybody should hashtag that. FOG, face of Gambia. Yeah.
It's a pleasure, man.
But Gambia,
I like the hairstyle.
I like the confidence.
Exactly. No, he's unique.
You like the confidence. I like the hairstyle.
You know one thing I like about him? He's an upcoming artist, but he doesn't look at himself as an upcoming artist, actually. Nah. He's targeting the big, the top out there, Let's talk about you, bro.
Yeah, okay.
Who is Amazing Kiddo?
Amazing
Kiddo.
Kiddo.
And what got you into music?
Actually, what got me into music is a long journey, bro.
Let's go
I
through
started
it.
it.
We can go through it today.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Are you ready for that?
I'm very ready.
Okay,
for it.
I started when I was young.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? It was like, I can say 2012.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2000. When I'm.
How old were you by then?
Bro, I was young.
You were a baby.
I was young. I don't want to
Okay,
tell you that.
alright.
Yeah, like school days, you know, I go to classes, you know, when my classmates support me, they be like, boy, young for boy, yeah, boy, you can do it. I just go take somebody's song, be like, rewrite it, change something, like, be like, okay, it's good. I go and present it, I be like, manla, this is me, man. Yeah, so 2016, I went to Rising Stars. I didn't win, I know, but it's good.
Yeah, it was
good.
It was a good energy.
Yeah, it was the good energy. Although that, I don't know, that lady clicked that thing. I was like, yo, it's good. No problem.
It was a motivation though.
Yeah, it was a motivation because the next year I went to the studio. Be like, I proved them wrong. Be like, yo, Amazing Kiddo is now here. Now I'm greater than zero, man.
For real, man.
Yeah,
He's greater than
yeah.
zero, man. Tell us about your schooling career. Are you still going to school?
Now I'm a graduate, Nusrat
okay.
graduate from Nusrat High
Tell
School.
about actually, you have somebody from your alma mater here.
I'm
exactly.
from Nusrat,
Oh my
man.
God!
Yeah, exactly.
Excuse
You
me,
see?
guys. You know whoever comes from Nusrat.
Nusrat head girl.
Former head girl.
Respect.
Former head girl.
Yeah.
Okay, 2020 batch.
2020.
Yeah.
Man, you're Smando.
That was just last year.
Yeah.
Mom's Smando.
Yeah.
So these people are talking of 2020. You know when I graduated?
What is Amazing Kiddo working on? What is the biggest project you're working on right now?
Actually, right now I'm working on a mixtape. So international, the mixtape. Yeah, so I want to launch it, either Jama Hall or Alliance Franco. But my team, I leave that for my team, you know, to debate on that.
So how many tracks are on the mixtape?
Actually, it can be up to 15 or 12.
That's a mixtape. You call it a mixtape?
Yeah.
It
It
should
can
be
be
an
an
album,
album, I know.
Exactly.
But I'm going to just do a mixtape. So next year, Independence Stadium, album. Yeah.
Now let's talk about
This boy is
Independence Stadium. A start,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
You know, no. What?
But Buneka Bakao, what?
Bakau.
Yeah, Bakau Independence, man.
Oh, really?
He can do it.
No,
Trust me. He can do it.
Bro.
To be honest,
Yeah.
it's just believing in what you do.
Yeah.
But you can do it. Trust it.
And you'll
Now-
be surprised he will feel this.
Of course, though.
Come on.
So now, let's talk about your success in the music industry.
Okay.
Since 2016. 17, you've been in the music.
Yeah.
Up till now.
Yeah.
You take music seriously when during 2017
Yeah,
as well.
for real.
Yeah. Now, how could you describe your success so far in the music industry?
I can say like it's a big win. It's a big jump, you know what I'm saying? Like being on every platform, all these big artists in, and I'm saying, you know, boy, stage big egg now, you understand? So I don't see myself as an upcoming no more. Like if you see me as an upcoming, I see you as an enemy, man. Yeah, for real.
Face of Gambia in the
Yeah,
studio.
Face of Gambia.
We're going for a quick break, a quick music break by Amazing Kiddo, Face of Gambia. And when we're back, we continue the interview, man.
Yeah, for real.
Baby girl, come down, let me give you love. Let me give you love. I will do many things just for your love. Just for your love. Looking on, I'm kinda boring. If you leave and go, I'll be boring. Baby girl, you my heart desire. If you want to buy designer, girl, go pay no ye the ma. Baby, me the follow ma. Anka bandizari, anga what they go be. I'm falling for you. I am falling for you. I am falling for you. I am falling. Can you bust in my head? Cause your body and flex. Girl, I want you tonight. Oh babe, I'm loving your vibe. Cause I score like Messi. But girl flexing and adjusting. Babe, tell me how you want it. Never fake cause you know that I got it. Baby girl, we got a taste from. Wondering where you got a face from. I'm coming, let's make this job done. I'm coming, let's make this day fun. I'm falling for you. I am falling for you. I am falling for you. I am falling. me I love you. Reason why I the hustle. Yeah, my red and love. Yeah, it's my ready hoe. Pretty you. Yeah, jump my number. Yeah, I don't understand myself. Cause you drive my mind far, far, far away. I wish my guy you stay. I wish you be my queen. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling for you. I am falling, I'm falling, I'm falling for you. I am falling, I'm falling, I'm falling for you. I am falling, I'm falling, I'm falling for you. Promise the man when I'm more. Moi c'est mon bébé. Dia ton papa cause c'est fait. C'est jusqu'à la fin. Promise the man when I'm more. Moi c'est mon bébé. Dia ton papa cause c'est fait. I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling for you. I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling for you. For you,
Trust me, it's hard out here, man. We are having fun. Man, I was surprised.
No,
What
I
are
don't even know how I got
doing
here.
What are you guys doing here?
This guy is. I'm thinking of shifting.
Crown bi teg nañ ko si boppam bi xangalu tax moom rek a ñu mus a égal
No,
fii
no, dégg
moom rek a mus a
depuis bu ñu starté programme. Fans ñoo ñëw fi.
jiitu ma
I'm surprised.
ñu dellu.
What do you guys have for breakfast today? First of Gambia, that was a Mazda, man. It was a good video. The lyrics, the song. You speak French as well?
Yeah, speak French, man.
Where do you learn the French from, though?
Bro, St. Teresa's.
I can tell, man.
Yeah,
Let's talk about the music video and the song as well.
Yeah.
Who did the production for the video and who did the music production for the
Actually,
video?
it's K-Fly Records. Shout out to them one. Like, that guy is helping me, man.
Them say, I see you, bro. You're doing great, man.
Yeah, them one,
Yeah.
For it.
So how about the video production as well? Who did it?
It's them one, man. I have a team, like, Amazing Kiddo, I can say I'm an entrepreneur, you know what I'm saying? So I have my own, like, I have a photography company and we do videography and all of that.
Okay.
So I have my team, I have them one on it, you know what I'm saying? So now we do videos and all of that.
So you're a visual producer as well?
Yeah, sure, man. Like,
Wow.
I got my team doing that.
Trust me, man, I'm proud of you, bro. The hustle is real, man. We need people like this in the industry, man. You don't only limit your talent to what you're doing, but you also expand it to other stuff as well.
Yeah,
which is really good, bro.
Sure, man.
Now, we're almost at the ending of 2021.
Yeah.
We're going to next year. What is the biggest venue right now that is on your mind that you want to feel in the Gambia?
Independence
Stadium.
I
You
told
said
you
it.
that.
Yeah, you did, of course. But you're launching a mixtape, though.
Yeah,
So
like
you think
mixtape,
doing a mixtape at the Independence Stadium is going to bring you more crowd?
No, wait. That one, I'm going to do it. That's the mixtape. I'm telling you the album. The album is going Independence Stadium.
So when are you launching the mixtape?
The mixtape, I can say next year.
Okay, you want to do the album and mixtape next year?
No, it can be next year, yeah. I can be like Phil Jam Hall and Phil Independence Stadium.
Okay,
It's
so
cool,
far,
man.
I know you're working on a mixtape right now.
Yeah.
How many, you said, I don't know, it's 16 tracks?
15
tracks from the
15,
mixtape?
yeah, 15.
And any international collabos and any local collabos?
Yeah. I've collaborated with Liberator. I've collaborated, that is international. He's a Gambian artist though, you know what I'm saying, based in America. Yeah, so we did a song together, so that is international. Actually, don't be surprised, some of my videos will be international too.
So you're trying to go out there and film some of your videos.
Sure.
Congrats, man. We're proud of you, man.
So
now, I was surprised seeing an underground artist like this guy doing it bigger in the Gambia as well.
Yeah,
you dropped a video not long ago, babe.
Yeah.
The song is fire, man.
Yeah.
The video is fire as well.
Yeah. Love
Let's
is
talk about
sweet
that.
when you're with the right person. It's only then you realize something was lacking, yeah. When you get that somebody that will care for you. Chapako fukulaha buka bayo no ayo nene tuti. You definitely good.
Actually,
you see, that's where education comes in. He said it's a product of Nusrat. And it's important sometimes purunga janga so that you should be able to enhance your music. It's important.
Manama ko dewa, manama dene yow neke wulo ko Lionel Messi. Neke wulo ko man sa dumay support Messi xama teke ko bo. Neke ko wulo ko Cristiano Ronaldo. Benga ne yow do to class janga. Neke wulo ko Cristiano Ronaldo. Understand? So it is important for you to combine the two. Understand? Yow tay war nga dem wara jëli Grammy. war a joxe sa speed bu baax.
Yeah, so.
Baby, we are feeling Independence Stadium for
Inshallah,
the album.
Inshallah.
Face of the Gambia.
Face of the Gambia.
Yeah, now.
Yo, artist, come on, da.
Hi. We can down it.
But just we on fire, bro. We on fire. And you know, don't, he's a brother to Korgado. You don't see the number. They're gonna look alike. So secondly as well. What is your relationship with Gambian artists? How close are you with them?
Actually, it's not bad. I'm a beef I can, unless they hold on beef on me, because man, I'm good, man. Like I'm open to everybody. Like even the fans, they know Amazing Kiddo. Face of Gambia.
No, yeah, but I man fofu nonu dama fa hawa jahaso. Grill fi la ñew mu ne mom mo chop artiste yépp.
Xam nga
grill mu ne yow daxuloo ko.
Waaw, so
grill mu ne yow daxuloo ko woy because mu ne mooy bàyyi artiste.
Grill came here on our TV.
They're not doing their Zendra is not the same. Julie is a rap artist and these guys are Afrobeat artists.
Why grill mo mu ne artiste yépp?
Xam nga grill guy mooy loolu boy. Man I don't need to comment on that.
So léegi loo am ko wax ci loolu.
Actually, I'm not gonna say anything about grill because you know, na ko job boss ci kaw loolu sax. But you buy it for no.
Exactly. If you're watching, I need a comment on this, man. You should say something on this. So now you'll find out what's to your fans out there, and we call it a day.
Yeah, I can say thanks everybody supporting Amazing Kiddo. Thanks to my teachers, Mr. Mara, see you, my English teacher. Jalam my English is good. So look at me now speaking proper English. So yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks to my management team.
Why you hallelujah?
What?
Send Augustine, dem len to mané, dem len to Mariama Cissé waxal ñi dëgga. Xalé Nusrati bi seen morom.
Nusrati is the best.
We're not doing schooling competition.
Yo, what school nga jàngee yo?
Man, I don't know.
You know, Umukoro Development Community.
Umukoro International School. So secondly, before I take a leave of you, one time, shout out to my designer, Carl Design. He's been doing great for me, man. And I love the outfit. It's really, really comfortable, bro. You can call him on 386-1724. Call Carl on 386-1724 and get something like this or even better than this, man. I'm flexing in this. I feel so comfortable in it, though. And trust me, what I'm going to wear next week is fire, man. For my end, I'm saying bye-bye till I come your way tomorrow. Gentlemen, back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Buba Fati, for joining us. And you know, just to tell the viewers that when we're here, we're crazy, we have fun. We do all of these things just to make sure that we give you exciting and memorable mornings.
Oh, yeah.
I know if you see Ibrahima on the streets, you will say, oh, is it the same person? Exactly. But we are doing all of these for all of you guys out there. So One Stop Water Solution, thank you so much for joining us. We're calling on more sponsors. Yen xam ngeen ne programme bi waa Manchester ñu ko seetaan. Waa Germany bàyyiwuñ leen benn boor. Waa United States.
xam nga ñi nga xam ne ñu ngi toog bitim réew.
Waaw.
Loo fi jaay rek dina jar.
Mu jeex tak diaspora bi nga yab. Yow diaspora bi ñoom seen remittances rek. Jeexal na Gambia.
ñu ñoo doxal One Stop Solution.
Mu jeex. Tak waaw.
So
ba pare tourist season baa ngee door. Nga xam ne ñooy ñëw bu boobaa ñu war a naan ndox bu set. Anyway, till we come your way tomorrow, inshallah. It's a public holiday. Continue enjoying your day till we come your way tomorrow. Bye for now.
ila ñantolum preji kendomi annun ji senango adabe hadamadun la balu wala kono annun hadamadun ka fengo dundi akono kono ayanda ke ku senango ay ke kuti mi yalla ko ata hadamadun